So when I do this, see how much more this moves in than this one? It's like super flexy and a little resistant. So you don't really need to pull this one down a lot, whereas this one you're going to kind of pull it through to encourage it. This one does it pretty easily. She just needs more support through here. Okay. So that's what she was talking about last time.
What's the measuring for that?
It's a feel. Sorry. So it's going to just be trial and error.
Right, but does she know?
But she can kind of give you a sense for it.
She knows what the feel is.
So what I want you to watch is like kind of how much I pull it. So you know what? As a gauge,
Does
like
this come
70...
to an upright position? This table?
No.
Okay.
You okay?
I'll just work my abs.
Like 75% tension, basically, in all of the pieces. So, you know, I use this as like as like a guide here. You know, just so it can be a little bit longer. You'd rather have it a little bit longer than too short. Okay, so you got to round the ends. And then this one, you're just going to cut maybe like 1.5 inches or so.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm terrible at measurements. You tell me. You're good at this stuff.
Closer to 2. That's
Okay. Okay. So then, if I'm going to lay it on like this, I'm going to take this piece here, and you want to get it right on this joint here. Like that. So, once you place that down, then you're going to put your thumb under here. See how that just lifted up through these toes?
Yeah.
And then you're going to kind of pull this down with that finger to kind of encourage her to move through.
So what are you going through the toes here?
Yes, I'm lifting here.
And you're going, the tape is going up through the toe?
Yep, exactly. So then I'm going to pull that down. So that's going to kind of like hold that there. And this one here, just pull that off. Put that on there.
Okay.
Okay, so see how that's pulling her down? And then, see, I cut this a little too short. See, I want that on her arch a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll do the other one a little bit better. And so then I just kind of fold that in and then lay it over so it sits nicely. So then the next piece, I'm going to do this other one just for, actually, no, I'll do this side, then I'll do that side.
So at that point, you're not having to monkey with the foot anymore, other than to tape it. You're not having to push it, pull it, tug it.
This next one, I always like to set it here, because this is the position you want to encourage it to be in. So I always kind of put my thumb under those joints to kind of lift it up and set it. Because this next piece is going to encourage that movement as well. And you're just going to round the ends. You get new scissors.
So we have to get the chiropractic table and a ball.
She's purchased it for us.
No, the tape.
Oh, this. Yes.
You need a chiropractic table and a ball.
So you're just going to pull a piece off the end there. Lift that up. Ideally, I want you to get it onto this bump right here, that metatarsal. You're going to lay it, start there, just lay it down, and then you're going to pull. So see, I just pulled that down.
Pulling that.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So then when I get to the bottom part of the ball of the foot here, I'm just going to lay it down.
No longer pulling.
Correct. This is maybe a little bit, but you don't want it to be like so excessive. Like you want this part to kind of like be 75% through here, and then you're just gonna, you know, lay it down from there. Okay. So that's gonna really kind of encourage her to come through. And then we're going to tape her arch. So this one, obviously, she needs a little bit longer. So what I do is just kind of wrap it and cut from there. Same thing, just round the ends. Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
And we do surgery. So I kind of do the same thing because I just always want that emphasize that that's the positioning I want to support things in. So on this side, what you're going to see is, see how this bone ends here?
Mm-hmm.
when you're starting the tape here, you want to make sure that the tape comes over this, because that's where that peroneal tendon comes down and wraps around under the foot. And so you want to add support to that to help it work.
So you want to include that whole
Yeah,
bump.
so even if you come over like half of it. Okay, so for here, we're going to come there, and then...
And you're still tugging on it fairly well.
Yeah.
Coming around there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and so see, there's the end of the bump. Mm-hmm. And I'm over it a little bit. And then I'm going to... So as I change my position, I just kind of hold it down, and you can let it go if you need to. It's no big deal. And then just pick it back up again. And then what I try to do is I try to come up the front of the shin here. It doesn't always lay properly. But... And that's kind of perfect there. And just give a little rub. Okay, so now I'll quickly do the other one. I don't know, my perception is a little off today. I keep cutting these a little short. Okay.
And even though your hand is touching the tape, it doesn't take a lot of the
No, this
stickiness
brand,
off of it.
this brand doesn't. But the other brand, that kinesio tape I used to use, that did. Yeah, and for some reason this argyle sticks really well. More so than the other ones.
So what's the start point in here again?
So basically, see that this tendon here for her tibialis anterior? So this is like I just use that as a point of reference.
Just when this is coming out, when you're pushing
Yeah.
it back, because that kind of goes away if you're not pushing that.
Correct.
So when you push it back, it pronounces that.
Yep.
And you want
So
to say this side of it.
I want to say that. So, yeah, I just use it as like a reference point
Okay.
through there. And see how I just happen to wrap this one just right, so then I can kind of lay it up that muscle. So that's helpful in, helping to support it as, because that muscle is going to be working against the tight calf and helping to pull the foot up. So it's important for stabilization as well as those peroneals.
So you want this length to come up over that piece of
Yeah.
tendon, that tendon.
Exactly. It's not vital, but if you can get it there, it's good. So then she'll kind of walk like this and stretch out those toes. Okay.
Off.
Off.